All right, guys, we are back with another new comic book day pull list. This is for April 21st. Guys, there are a ton of books coming out. You're going to be amazed at the number on the list that I have. It's so very long. I'm talking like 29 different store variants, not store variants, incentives that are coming out. So I'm very excited to show you the list and talk about some of these books because I'm super, super pumped for what they are. So as always, this is new comic book day. But before you go too far into this video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. It's always helpful to me to see that you appreciate what I'm doing, but also to know what you're picking up this week. So I know that, hey, I'm going down the right path, or hey, I need to improve on these different things. So once again, like, subscribe, and let's jump into the new comic book day pull list. All right, as always, I'm just giving you a preview of what's going to be on the site when you come to the site on Tuesday when the list drops. So let's scroll through, and you got my little spiel. First appearances, guys. There's actually 3 or 4 different first appearances. DC's gotten really in the habit now. They like to drop a first appearance at least once a week, it seems like, and just to build up interest in their characters. Batman seems like he's doing it every other week. But first off, you have this Batman Fortnite 0 point. Honestly, guys, I don't know for a fact there are first appearances in this book, but I figure if you're taking the Fortnite characters and you're taking the Batman characters and you're putting them in a book together, there has to be some first appearances. Fortnite had a lot of covers with Marvel, but they weren't inside the books. This is an actual story involving Batman's world and the Fortnite world, so these characters are actually interacting. So it all depends on how you view covers versus actual inside stories. Next year, you have Nightwing 79. There's a preview of a Heartless, I think is the name's character. It's a cameo. It's not a full, but I mean, we still as we fight all the time on whether or not cameo and full. So keep that in mind and once again, Tom Taylor's writing this, guys. He's the one who wrote Deceased. He's the one who's turned a lot of your favorite characters, and you guys really like him. So are you aware he's doing Nightwing as well? So check out some of the Nightwing stories. Spider-Woman has a team appearance of the Brotherhood of the Sword. So I don't think they're any new characters, but it's their first time they're a team. So it might be worth checking out. There's a variant later on we're going to look at that I really do like. Way of the X has a new character in it. Guys, I used to love X-Men. It's been a struggle for me to come back in and jump into X-Men, even though I've heard amazing things about Hickman's run and some of the characters. I just have not jumped in. So I don't know. X-Men's one of those. There's always a new character, it seems like. And then Flash, guys, has a mashup character of the Blue Beetle and the Booster Gold are mashed up together, and there's the first appearance of Gold Beetle there on the cover, and you can see being carried by the Flash. So think what you want of those first appearances, if they're worth chasing or not. Those are just the main covers. Some of them do have some variants. So guys, look at this variant list. Look how freaking long it is. Of course, I didn't put all the images, but Marvel's killing it with tons of variants. Boom's kicking it hard with 7 different books that all have incentives that go with them. So let's sort of jump into and look at some of these covers. This is Alice in Leatherbound or Alice in Leatherland. This is the one for, I think this is one for 30 cover and I don't know. It reminds me of the crossover cover, though the crossover cover wasn't original. The Page Master, I think, was back, but that's what it reminds me of, the crossover. So you can pick this up if you'd like, that sort of thing. Guys, Alien #2 comes out this week. I actually read the first issue, and I want to see what happens, whether or not I chase the variant. But there's not 30 variants this time. This is like the one for 25, and then you have, I think, an A and a B. The Stephanie Hans cover is actually pretty good as well. Speaking of Stephanie Hans, here's her one for 25, Black Knight, Curse of the Ebony Blade. This does interest me, but it's the B cover that's going to be in my Just For Me section. But this does it for me. Stephanie's gotten into this habit of doing these wavy ribbons. Just like Momoko has this style to her, Stephanie has this style to a lot of her covers. And you could recognize it almost immediately. But it is the Black Knight. If the Black Knight does take off as a character in the Eternals movie, getting some of these incentive covers is probably a good strategy. So this is the one for 25. This is Captain Marvel, one for 25. In this book, I didn't talk about in the first appearances because it's first powers, but she supposedly struggled with battles with Ove, the bad guy that was introduced about 7 issues earlier. So she needs to go learn magic. So she becomes like Captain Marvel, Sorcerer Supreme. So if you look, there's the eye among, and then you have all the different magician characters in those little circles. This is a Momoko. This is Carnage. At first, I thought that was a skull, and then I realized I got to look a little closer at it. But it's a pretty good cover for a Momoko cover. It's not original. She's doing, but because it's red and black and white, it does have if you're a Momoko fan, this is probably one that you would check out and go after. This is the one that actually made the top 10 last week because it came out in some stores and didn't come out in other stores. This is the 1 for 5. You Promised Me Darkness. I think it actually is coming out in all stores this week. There's some printers delays, so stores that got made exclusives, I think they got theirs first, and then the rest, everyone gets them this week because I did not see it at my LCS when I went this past week. This is a cover I need to take out, but that was a magic cover that looks pretty cool. This is Firefly. This is brand new verse. This is the second issue. This is the Virgin cover of the 1 for 25, and it's a pretty good cover. There's actually a 2 per stores for this issue too. I'm digging this story. It's taking the original Firefly clue, and now it's the new crew with the daughter of a character, and sort of fun. I did pick up the first issue, and I'm probably gonna pick up the second issue. Try to get one of these 1 for 25 or the 1 for 50. I have no clue about this one. Girls of Dimension 13. This is a 1 for 15. This is Aftershock. Aftershock's been killing it lately. Has some really good books that's come out. So this might be your flavor, might not be. Check it out if you want to. This blows my mind. It's Godzilla, Monsters and Protectors. I'm assuming that's Mothra because of the moth there, but it's a freaking awesome cover. This is I think a 1 for 10, 1 for 15, something like that. It was IDW, so I'm assuming 1 for 10. I might actually try to track this one down. And I'm not a Godzilla guy. I mean, as much as I'm liking the Caillou stories that are starting to come out, I have yet to jump into Godzilla. Gung Ho. Every once in a while, I like to talk about these books from Ablaze Media. The Blaze kills me because they have 20 covers or 5 to 10, 15 covers, it seems like, for everything. This is a kill. I can't ever say NGU cover. He's been doing a lot of the covers for this series. And this is the 1 for, I think this is the 1 for 20. There's a 1 for 10, a 1 for 20, 1 for 30, and they're all different variants of this cover. The 1 for 10, you don't see the writing on the back wall. It's there, but it's in red, and you can't see it all, and the head's on the spikes sort of cover up some of the letters. This is the clearest of the writing, and then the negative is that the heads are like glowing. Might be worth checking out, picking up. It's just sort of a fun cover. Mini Deaths of Layla Starr, guys. I talked about this. I've written about this already. This book comes out this week. I wrote about it in my Too Past, Too Future issues. And this is the 1 for 25. There's also a 1 for 50. Looks like there might be a store exclusive out there, or it's an In-Hunk Lee cover. I can't figure out where it is. This already gone to second print. They already have a Christian Ward second print cover that's supposed to come out like next week or the week after. It interests me. It's just basically what if the Indian goddess has to come down and live one life, and she has to find and just sort of that premise. And it's by Ram V, who's been doing some great work on some DC books. The Mighty Valkyries, issue 1. This is sort of fun cover. I like what's going on in the mirror behind, where you have Loki up front flirting, and then behind he's like trying to stab her. And it's the old school Loki, and just sort of seeing that. This is Orcs. This is John Boy Myers. This is the main reason I'm throwing this in here is because it's John Boy. I got a chance to interview him. It's a great cover. Power Rangers. This is a 1 for 25. There's also a 1 for 50 version of this same cover. This is by Montez. I have not been reading, but it does with the new Andromeda, or however you say her name, character Assassin. I am sort of interested. I do want to sort of read into and look at some of these books. This is Radiant Black 3, 1 for 50. Maybe it's 1 for 25. Man, the ratio variants are gorgeous. Just the way they look, just the blacks with the neon purples and blues. The last one that Rodriguez did was gorgeous as well. This is Sword. Nothing. It's just a 1 for 25. Don't know anything. I don't know if there's a character on here. A lot of times when you see these group shots, there might be a character that this might be the only cover appearance you get of them. Spider-Woman, like I said, there's a team appearance. So this is the one for 25. I really dig this cover. I mean, look, she's perched on the wall. It's a sideways shot. She's upside down, but she's not really. She's actually sideways. It's just the way this shot looks, I think, is really good. I'm probably going to try to, if I can get this for under ratio, I might try to check it out. Dr. A for the guys, every Dr. A for 1 for 25 is gone. It's as soon as the store lists them, people are buying them because 2 or 3 of them just blew out the tops. So people are buying them as soon as they go live. So keep your eye out. This is an okay one. The last one wasn't that great, but the one before it was a $200 book. So you sort of pick and choose what you like. And as she's building into this bounty hunters war that's about to kick in, that Marvel's kicking off here soon, her variants are going to be even more. So just be aware of that. Turtles, Junie Ball. I do like this cover. I haven't really been reading it, so I don't really know what's going on in the Turtles world. I'm actually putting an Ultraman cover here. Arthur Adams does great Caillou covers. He did an entire run back when was it Marvel Unleashed with the monsters and Kid Caillou was created. He did a bunch of covers that go along with that. So here's Ultraman. This is a great cover. If you like Arthur Adams style, this is a great cover to have. This is Ultra Mega. Speaking of Caillou books that I like, Ultra Mega 2 is coming out. This is the 1 for 10. There's also a 1 for 5, black and white, by Ian Bertrand. This is the 1 for 10. This is by James Herron, which is the A and the B cover, regular, and then we'll see them later on. And then we're back to where we started. So, guys, those are some of the variants I really like. As you saw, there's a super long list. I didn't show you all of them, but I showed you enough of them to say, man, okay, I can see why I'm saying breathe. I'm saying relax, pick some ones you like and where you're going to go. And that, guys, just for me. Here are the books that I'm liking. And just sort of, if you haven't been reading, haha, they're great, just like Ice Cream Man. But like the last issue was, it was not scary, but it was a real story. It threw me off. I wasn't quite, but it was good. It was a really good story. And this one hopefully will be as well. So I'm excited about haha. I've been picking these up as they come out. And I really like the second Prince. Post Americana, I read the first 2 issues. It's a little too much for me. I actually got to interview Steve Scrossi, and it's good read. Just too much. But then you get this cover. And I'm like, I got to go back and read and find out what's going on, because what's going on? Like, it goes from blood and guts and cannibals to an elephant and Humpty Dumpty and the Department of Truth red dress woman. I mean, what's going on here? So I'm just curious about this cover. It could not mean anything, but I will try just see what's going on. Women in Marvel, guys. This series surprises me. There is no incentive variants. There are about 3 store variants that I've seen. Stephanie Hans has one. Ji-Hong Lee has one. I think Shannon Mayer has one. But this is Peach Momoko. I like this cover. It's pretty good. Radiant Black, second print. Issue 2, second print. I really dig this second print. It's a great cover. I am definitely going to pick this up. The first issue had a really good second print as well. In fact, they're probably better than some of those incentive variants on the covers. So just keep that in mind. Captain Marvel, like I said, she gets the powers. This is a Mark Shishato cover. If this was an incentive, this would be a sellout in a heartbeat. I am going to try to pick up this cover. It's a great cover. You can see here the Sorcerer Supreme action going on. Just a great cover. This is why I like the Black Knight book. This is Elsa Bloodstone. Anytime I can get Elsa Bloodstone on the cover, I try to get her on the cover. Especially when she looks as great as she does. If this was an incentive, just like this Shishato Captain Marvel, if this was an incentive, this would be a sold-out incentive. Everyone is specking that she is going to enter the MCU. She might enter it through a TV show, but she is coming. So picking up covers, because she doesn't have a lot right now. She's accumulating them. But still, she's under probably 20 covers as far as being in good covers. So this is a good cover, so it's worth trying to own it. So I'm going to try to pick this up when it comes out. This is by Ron Lim. Unicorn, this is one of those books. For the longest time, people have been talking about this book, if you've been following Scout. This was an Ash can at Scout for, I feel like for 3 or 4 months, maybe even longer. I eventually bought 2 or 3 of them. It's just an Ashcan, but the first issue comes out under Scoot is but it's actually has already been optioned. That's part of the reason people have heard about it, because it had already been optioned. So pick this up if you see it. Ashcan's already been out for a while. I think they do 1,000 print run for the Ashcan, so it's not like it's a rare Ashcan. It might even still be on Scout's site, but to get the first issue. I plan on getting it. I liked a couple of the Scoot books I picked up. They're actually pretty fun reads. You can see the potential here. This is all about a unicorn and death and sharing their lives together and stuff. So I am curious, and I do want to read the story. And then, like I said, Ultra Mega is coming. And here's Ultra Mega. This is the same as the black and white. Here's the A cover. Here's the B cover. I love the B cover. I think it's great. It doesn't look as good as black and white, but it's a great B cover by Ian Bertrand. And then there's also issue 1, second print comes out this week as well. And I probably will pick this up, even though this is the $8 issue. So you gotta be, is it worth it in your mind? I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy Ultra Mega. I picked up a couple of copies of it. It's just a good read and just a fun book to read. And like I talked about Women Tomorrow, here's the A cover. This is Sarah Pacelli. I like her style as well. This is an anthology type series, sort of similar to the Marvel Voices, but they have different, just women, not even women that have ever written for Marvel before, or even written comics, or writing some stories, or doing some art. So you never know what comes up in these books, just like the Marvel Voices, and we eventually found out, hey, there are images of the Children of the Atom in that book. That wasn't announced. That was just all of a sudden something you found out. So I will probably pick up this cover and the Peach Momoko cover just to hold. And also want to read the story. So once again, guys, this is my new comic book day pull list from CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. And guys, I drop this video on Mondays. The article drops on Tuesdays. Helps you on, hopefully, on planning out what you're going to get on your Wednesdays. And sometimes some of your stores are selling on Tuesdays. Hopefully it helps you. Hopefully you like it. As always, please like, please subscribe. Once again, comicbookinvest.com.